Welcome to Let's Talk Nonprofit with Brittany Johnson.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're here at Let's Talk Nonprofit. It's been a minute. We're not going to act like it hasn't. Well, we definitely appreciate all our listeners and audience members, everybody that's been continuing to support us. Me and Brittany, we definitely have been looking to, continue to give the good information and shed good light on these nonprofits and leaders out here. But we got lives too. We busy. Okay. So we do apologize for that. We have a great show today. We have a special guest. She's going to be telling us all about her organization, in which she's the regional director for. Okay. We're also going to touch on some nonprofit news. Okay. And I'm not going to act like it's, she's not here or not, because she isn't. But Brittany is in Brazil, y'all. Okay, she is in Brazil. I'm trying to get our production team to give us a clap real quick, because she's traveling. She's broadening her horizons. She's expanding her mindset. You know what I mean? I just got back from Baltimore, but I was seeing my family. But needless to say, I'm planning my international trip too, Brittany. So I'm gonna say hey to you while my plane passing by your plane. You know what I mean? Soon, it's coming soon. I just got my passport this past year, y'all. You know what I mean? So I'm ready to go. I was planning to go to Jamaica actually early this year. It was planned since 2020, and it got canceled in 2022. I was like, God, dog, So, but I will be traveling out of the country soon. I'm not jealous of anybody that has. I'm just saying, congratulations. But that's a meme. I don't know if y'all seen that. But anyways, we're not going to take too much of your time. Again, my name is Kevin, and this is Let's Talk Nonprofit. We're going to get into the nonprofit news. All right. In nonprofit news, I don't know if you all have been seeing the articles out there, but TikTok, the app that everybody uses nowadays, and I'm more of an Instagram guy myself, but TikTok for nonprofits and foundations is found to be one of the bigger assets for foundations. So micro donors have a chance to, follow the content. They have a chance to also catch it via geolocations that they have on the app. So it gives people a better chance of donating to the nonprofits that are local to them. You know what I mean? Now, like I said, I'm not on TikTok. It's not because I'm too old for it. It's just I'm not on it. But I am on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and other platforms. But I will say this, you just never know what you can utilize and turn into an asset. Obviously, for entertainment purposes, TikTok has done a lot for people that are bored or people that are looking for entertainment or maybe it's your Pinterest. I don't know. But another way in which, is pretty prevalent now is a way to shed more light on your nonprofit, get your donations. You can make people laugh or engaged in whatever the case may be. But the short form content is definitely pulling in a lot of attention. And you look at the numbers, according to the ABT, which is based out of California, majority of TikTok users are between the ages of 16 to 24. So in a sense, that's the next generation of, nonprofit leaders, if they're not already, CEOs, people that, are going to make change within this world. So, if you are somebody that is like, my child's on TikTok too much, well, you better think about that again, because they could be doing something better for the family in the future. Okay. It's not my, I don't work for TikTok. They don't pay us yet. They're not our sponsor, so I ain't gonna keep saying their name too much. But at the end of the day, that's a platform in which you guys definitely want to check out. If your nonprofit or your foundation is looking for more assistance and more donations or more views, notoriety, definitely check out TikTok. Okay. All right. And that's the end of the nonprofit news for today. But as I mentioned earlier, we have a special guest on today. Her name is Diane Luksis, and she is the regional director for Elite Valor. Elite Valor is a nonprofit organization based here in Georgia. And what they do is they support our veterans as well as our first responders that have been out there saving us, keeping our peace of mind. So what they do is they strategize and they make sure that they are the ones that support them too, especially when they come home or whatever the situation may be. They make sure that they're there for them. So without further ado, we are going to bring in our special guest, Miss Diane. Diane, how are you doing today?
I am doing great tonight. Thank you, Kevin. How are you?
Doing well. I'm doing well. As you can see, I'm enjoying my Friday. Trying to be smart with my distance from people, but at the same time, definitely have to work for sure. It's a work-life balance, they say. So I'm doing both right now. But without further ado, definitely thank you for joining us this evening. People don't know what it takes to get guests on the show many a times. So we've had some rough past months, but here at Let's Talk Nonprofit, if anything, we're going to definitely make sure that we continue to fight, because again, that's what it's what we do. You know what I mean? Whether it's nonprofit, whether your foundation, whatever the case may be, somebody has to continue to fight. So, we wanted to make sure that we had a chance to bring you on so you guys can discuss a little bit about your organization. And then also too, on my end, I can be quiet. So, Diane, if you don't mind, can you tell us a little bit about Elite Valor, your position with them, and then we'll go from there.
Okay, great. Well, my name is Diane Luksis. I'm the Regional Director for Elite Valor. And what we do is we support veterans and emergency responders who suffer with PTSD. We support them through their counseling, whether they have, if they need any food insecurities, and also homelessness. And we do that in the Metro Atlanta area. Really?
Okay. And how long have you guys been around?
For about 3 years. We're in our third year now.
Okay. So with the founding of the organization, was there any, specifically, what caused the need you feel for an organization such as Elite Valor?
Well, our CEO, Keith Bowen, he's a retired U.S. Marine. He served our country for 22 years. And our name, Elite Valor, it signifies the standard that we set for ourselves and for others too.
That's powerful in itself. I mean, those two words already are just like Elite Valor. I'm not gonna lie to you. I kind of knew what Valor meant, but I did Google it prior to us getting on the show just to make sure. But at the same time, I'm like that because that says a lot. So that's very catchy too as well. Nobody's gonna forget that.
No, they won't. Absolutely won't.
Yeah. So with that being said, so Keith is the CEO, and you all, you were touching on PTSD and the different things that occur with our veterans as well as our first responders. So with that being said, do you all come from that line of work where you are more so military based, or was this something that was already in your wheelhouse yourself?
For myself, well, my dad was in the Army.
Okay.
So that's near and dear to my heart. Yeah. But before this, I was in a business where I was helping people. I was a weight loss coach, and I help people get healthy. And I feel that I'm continuing to do that now through a different avenue. Right. And I just love being there for people and helping them and with whatever their need is.
Exactly right. I'm one of those people that feels that you put good in this world to get good out. And with especially when it comes to mental health and things of that nature, stigmas are starting to they're rearing their head more and more. You know what I mean? So with that, organizations such as yours and other ones out there that are definitely supporting the people that are going through the things that others can't see. I've mental health issues within my family. I think we all at some point kind of have something maybe going on with us. You know what I mean? Nobody's perfect, but when it comes to PTSD and things of that nature, I know how I've chosen to assist people with that. Can you touch on a little bit of the strategies or the techniques in which you all have taken to, to be that to the I don't want to call you your patients, but to the individuals that, visit you all in your organization?
Well, let me tell you about how a little bit more about our mission. Okay, so our mission is really to help reduce the 22 a day that we lose that commit suicide, and we do that through different support services. So our main one has been counseling, okay, to help them through that. We're also always looking to add to that as well. Okay, so with the counseling, we're looking at, dog services support. We're looking at all different situations that could possibly help them. Another one is with hyperbaric pressure to help as well.
That's an interesting one. I'm not familiar with that one myself. Could you expand on it a little bit more?
Yeah. Well, hyperbaric pressure, it helps with your bloodstream, and it helps to calm you down.
Google that. I got plenty of people I know that need that. So, I'm definitely going to check.
It much oxygenates the blood.
Really? Okay. Okay. Interesting. And you never know what you might hear on it. Let's Talk Nonprofit. Okay. So, wow, that's interesting. Now, let me ask you this, Diane. Obviously, you spoke about Keith being a former Marine himself, your father having been in the military himself. I have family members that were in the military as well. Were there any life experiences specifically, obviously that, comfortable touching on that you may have experienced or Keith may have experienced that was really like, you know what, we need this now? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Not necessarily any life experiences. Keith is just very passionate about helping his brothers and sisters. And he, mostly the treatment that they are eligible for is through the VA. And that does not really cure mental health.
Right.
It can help. However, what they do is prescribe drugs. And we wanted to offer a more holistic approach.
There you go.
We wanted to be able to give them the tools to help when they're going through a situation.
No, that's I feel like that's definitely one of the things that is a hot topic nowadays, of course. Holistic, medicine or holistic approaches as opposed to just being like, here, you know what I mean? The shortcut route, just forget about it for a little bit, but it's going to have effects on you more than you really greatly realize, you know what I mean? So I think especially here in America, as you look at the legalization of marijuana and things of that nature, like CBD, obviously it's meant to assist those that, that might be, more prone to using the pharmaceutical side. But again, if we make it holistic, then the approach could be better and healthier for them long term. So I'm definitely all for that as well myself. Now, let me ask you this, Diane. I see you guys have a few programs coming up, such as the golf tournament. And then obviously you guys have the Community Food Bank partnership. Can you discuss a little bit about those upcoming events?
Yes, absolutely. Before I get into our tournament, which we're really excited about because it's going to be our very first tournament that we do, is on a weekly basis, we do what we call a Save the 22 Golf Challenge.
Okay.
And we partnership with golf courses to not only raise awareness, but raise revenue to help them. And we do that by going to a golf course and setting up on a par 3. We do a hole-in-one challenge, and we also do a closest to pin challenge. So it's a really fun time. We're out there all day telling the members as they come through, all about our organization and how they can help, and give them a chance to play some golf and, have a little bit of a winning. And in the end, it's a win-win for everybody because they're helping us to help the veterans and the emergency responders as well.
Definitely.
So that's what we do. Every weekend you will find me out at some course in the metro Atlanta area.
Oh, so, wow. Okay.
All over the place. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So they have you out there, Diane, on the courses. Like I know if anything, you definitely have to have probably a minifan, maybe, and some good water, be hydrated out there. Cause one thing about golf, right. And I played football when I was younger, but one thing about golf is, there's no way to avoid those elements, Tiger and all those guys was winning in the Masters in this heat. So I'm sure that is, that takes a lot of fortitude, similar to, our veterans as well as our first responders, the fortitude in which they've had to have,
I know.
It's great to have an event such as that where they get to, relax and enjoy. And then convene with their fellow brothers and sisters, as you mentioned earlier. So
yes,
that's
yeah.
cool. That's cool.
And we also, are able to get the word out. A lot of people don't really know too much about PTSD and how it really does affect people. So we can help with, giving them the knowledge and the education behind it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Again.
So now onto our golf tournament. So it's our very first tournament. We're super excited about it.
Yep.
It's going to be held on Patriots Day. Okay. So that's on 9/11 this year.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to be down at Callaway Gardens, which is really beautiful golf course down there. And it's for all of our veterans and emergency responders, police, firemen, EMTs, public safety, anyone, in that category. And we're going to allow them to play for free. So we're going to put on a day of fun for them and just loving on them and giving back to them because they were the ones that have given to us for so many years.
You're exactly right. Especially when you look at, and I know you guys have been around for 3 years, but if you look at the past 3 years, we're in 2022 now. I was telling somebody the other day, I feel like these past 2 years kind of went by fast. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I know obviously with the, with the COVID, as well as just the economy too, you know what I mean? So definitely to have something where they could, come back and enjoy and shoot, I want to come out there now. We'll talk about that after the show.
The more people, the merrier.
Yeah, there you go.
And I just think it's going to be a really great experience just to see veterans and emergency responders out there. That's it. People who have given to our country,
Right, exactly. Look, you guys come out here and don't do nothing. Do that? No, you don't have to do nothing.
Yeah.
You've done enough. You don't have to do anything. Just golf.
Play your golf.
Just golf and bring your family. That's great. That's great. Yeah. Now, let me ask you this, just to pivot a little bit. So when starting the nonprofit, were there any trials and tribulations that you can speak on that, you guys had to cross in order to get here?
Of course, there always is. Yeah. So, starting up is a big financial expense, So, of course, we had to look for some donations to get started, and then monthly and daily contributions as well. Mm-hmm. But our main source of income, or revenue for right now is still our Save the 22 challenge.
Okay.
So we are looking for sponsorships, donations.
Right.
On a daily basis.
Right. And that's why our viewers, they'll be able to see at the bottom left corner. I'm trying to make sure I point at it correctly.
Yes.
Is all the information to find Elite Valor. We'll work on this in post. I'll do it later. Our listeners don't know I was trying to point to it. But again, definitely, with that being said, support. At the end of the day, put good in this world, you get good out, as I mentioned earlier. Yeah. So if you're listening or watching and you are looking for an organization to support, why wouldn't you want to support veterans? Look, I can talk about it all day. The purpose.
Together, we can make a bigger impact in the Atlanta area. And that's really what it's all about,
Exactly. Because, earlier you said your father was in the military. I know my father as well as my uncles were in the military. I have cousins that were in the military. Some discharged honorably, some not discharged honorably. But, hey, we still love them, so they're good.
Absolutely. They are all.
We accept them, you know what I mean? So
they're so much fun. And to see them out on the golf course and talk to them, they're so proud.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because they wear it with honor. I don't know. I know for me, anytime I'm on the road and I see the Marine logo on somebody's car, they're always hopping out with a hat on. That hat, the synonymous hat. So I'm like, yep. He's proud, you know what I mean? So, but again, it's to be alive and to be thriving. I think, especially for veterans and first responders, I think that is huge for them. You know what I mean? Mentally, just because it's like, hey, I have to be happy because I was with people that they're not longer here. You know what I mean? So, I know it's easier said than done, of course, but at the end of the day, that's why you guys come into place to be like, hey, look, check this out. you're good. You know what I mean? We got you here at Elite Valor. So, yeah. So real quick, are there any resources in which you all would like to suggest to our listeners and viewers? When it comes to starting a nonprofit, sorry, I didn't finish the question.
Yeah, I mean, basically, I think you just have to look out to some different corporations that is involved in their type of industry to start, and also looking for other nonprofits.
Yep.
You know, and get some information from them as well.
Definitely. That corporation, that's one of the things that people don't think as much. You know, they think just because they're a smaller nonprofit or they haven't been around for long enough that they can't reach up. You know, but sometimes, as you mentioned earlier, it's just about saying, hey, you know what I mean? You build a rapport and then you see where it goes from there. But because I know in the past I've had partners that I worked with, and, you know, granted, I'm not you know, their scale was a little bit different from the nonprofit that I was working for, but they were getting, you know, sponsorships via Kmart, Target, and other entities as well. So, and again, we're so taught to, you know, okay, they're big names, so don't reach up to them. You know what I mean? But again, you just never know until you try.
But they're the ones that can help the most,
right?
Because been in business for a long time, you know. In Atlanta, you know, we're blessed by being in Atlanta because we're such a large city, and there's so many great, you know, corporations here, and they all support the community in one way or another. So people just have to go out and find what's going to be the best support for them.
Definitely. And that's one thing I will say is here in Atlanta, we do have a great support system. You know, if you have a nonprofit or foundation, chances are you're going to find somebody else that wants to network a partnership with you. And we're such a big city that, you know, if that one don't work, then you have another. You know, the options are there. We're still looking for sponsors and partnerships here at Let's Talk Nonprofit, everybody. But, you know, and so is Elite Valor. So, you know, with that being said, if you hear us or see this, definitely holler at us, okay? So Diane, I'm not going to take too much of your time. You've been gracious with us. Can you tell our listeners as well as our viewers where they can find you all at? I know it's down here at the bottom. We just want to make sure that our listeners can hear it too as well.
Yes. Our website is www.elitevalor.org. Okay. If you wanted to email me, my name is up there. It's dluksis@elitevalor.org. And my phone number there, 678-522-3645. You can also find us on Instagram, where we post a lot of our fun times that we're having out on the golf course, and we'd love to have everybody be a part of it. Also on Facebook and LinkedIn.
Definitely. Well, thank you, Diane. I'm going to be honest with you. You did that better than I usually do. Better already. In another way.
I do have one more thing to say, too. We also are super excited that we have partnership with Roundup. And if anybody would like to donate their spare change, you can find and I think you're going to be posting that information.
We'll be sharing it on our Instagram.
Yes.
Definitely. Okay, great. See, they already have an app connection to a partnership. Y'all, our listeners and viewers, please check out Elite Valor. You know, you just never know what your support may do for others. And as she said, some change can create change.
A little bit of change adds up to a lot in the end. Yes.
There you go. Well, Diane, like I said, I appreciate your time. You've been gracious for us giving this information. Tell Keith we will talk with him soon, I'm sure. And we look forward to definitely supporting Elite Valor and the future endeavors in which you all have. Okay.
Thank you so much for having us today, Kevin, and for your help. We really appreciate it.
Definitely. Thank you again. All right.
You're welcome.
All right. Thank you, Diane, again, and everyone at Elite Valor for your tremendous work in the communities and making sure that, you know, you guys caring for the individuals that others may not care for as much. We know PTSD and mental health is real. If you haven't learned anything, definitely read up on that. That can explain some of the reasons why people move the way they move. But it's one of those things that it's a constant battle. So definitely make sure you all support them too. As you know, what we do here on Let's Talk Nonprofit, we make sure you get your nonprofit news and your nonprofit highlights. And you also know what we do here is we make sure you get your motivational moment with Miss Joanne Dean.
Greetings and blessings to you. This one, it's all about divine timing. Life has a way of unfolding in the perfect time, space, and sequence. If you find yourself feeling anxious or impatient, know that your prayers are being answered and that your plans are coming to fruition in a way that is meeting your needs versus your wants. Until next time, continue to walk by faith and remember, it all begins with you. God bless.
Miss Joanne Dean always coming with the great word is divine timing, okay? With that being said, the divine timing is for you to find us and follow us on social media, okay? We are on LinkedIn. We're on Spotify. We're on Google Podcasts. Apple Podcasts is no longer iTunes. Just know that, okay? We are also on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Our videos come out once a month. We're about to get some more coming out the oven. They baking, okay? All right. Or the air fryer, excuse me, because they air frying. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. But anyways, we appreciate everybody, our listeners, viewers. This is Let's Talk Nonprofit. My name is Kevin. I'm on behalf of my co-host, Brittany. She's in Brazil, as I mentioned earlier, enjoying herself, living her best life. So we wish her the best and safe travels. On that note, you all have a great, great day. We appreciate you, and we look forward to talking with you guys soon on Let's Talk Nonprofit. Let's talk about it.